here, a great save by Turner from McLear. Mike Hannon, a terrific goal by Sheridan.
Rexman against Jones. Get in.
You could have two goalkeepers in there that would have trouble with saving that.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and Wednesdayites all, and a very warm welcome to the Wednesday Week, your championship podcast. I'm Lord Hillsborough, and joining me on the line today is Beastie from over there at Owls Life. Hello there, Beastie. Beastie, that sounds awful. What's wrong, old boy?
I'm still recovering, mate. It's been a long weekend.
My word, old boy, my word. All bounced out, are you?
I'm bounced out, I'm sang out, I'm jumped out, I'm clapped out. Oh, it's been one hell of a weekend, hasn't it?
Oh, absolutely fantastic, old boy. And of course, you get a nice little rest now. No playoffs to worry about there, old chap.
Oh, that's the thing. No playoffs. I don't think my bank balance was going to stand another round of playoffs. So that is a big plus.
Also on the line with us, we've got Eddie from over there at Wednesday. Hello there, Eddie Bobo.
Yeah, good evening, sir. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm very well, thank you. How are you, old boy? How are you?
Everything, all of the above. What Beastie said, everything. Plus, I think I'm still a bit drunk. I don't think I've stopped yet.
I don't think you're the only one suffering from that affliction, old boy.
What a weekend. Absolutely amazing.
Oh, you don't get them like that very often, do you, chaps? Don't get them like that very often at all.
It's made up for the last 15 years or so, I'll tell you that.
And then some. Of course, ladies and gents, we don't have to tell you what we're all blabbering on about. The absolutely wonderful scenes at the weekend. Promotion. Simple as that. One word, promotion, chaps.
Yeah, promotion. It's just another step back to the promised land, isn't it? It's one small step, but it just feels so... How big does it feel this time around? We've been there before, but this time around, it just feels so much more.
You know what it is? It's last time we went up, and that season had been... it started off well, it went a bit flat, and we sort of stuck into playoffs. Cardiff itself was amazing, but... we knew going up it was still going to be a battle, wasn't it? It were going to be us against the real big boys. Well, this time we're going up and we're going to be competing on an even footing financially. We're going to be right up there at the top with the ambition of being a top 8, top 6 side in the championship the minute we walk on a pitch, and that feels fantastic.
Of course, chaps, we're one down again. Mr. Fudge, oh no, Mr. Fudge can't join us again this evening. He is all better, but unfortunately he's stuck at work. But hopefully we'll be able to stick him later on in the show, and we'll not have a complete show without him once more.
I'm sure he'll appear. It can't just be a figment of our imagination, can he?
Yeah, I know it's a silly name and all that sort of thing, chaps, but I'm definitely sure he exists. So then, chaps, shall we crack on and do a little bit of review about the game?
I think so.
Sheridan fall in. Right flick on. It's going to come to John Hart. And Hurt. Goal!
The match.
So then, ladies and gentlemen, before the game, I had the absolute pleasure of popping off to the Wednesday Lounge and met one or two folks, and here are those interviews. So then, ladies and gentlemen, we're here at the Wednesday Lounge, and we've got Richard Davis here, Wednesday Communications Director. Hello there, young man.
Hello there, how are you doing?
Very well, thank you very much, sir. Lovely day for it, old boy. Do you think we're going to see a bit of rain?
Well, I hope we see some blue and white clouds today. There's not many at the minute. It's looking a bit grey, so looking with some blue and white out there.
Definitely a day for blue and white. And can we have a prediction for you from today, please, sir?
Oof, that's a hard one.
Very difficult.
It's a hard one, but I'd like to think we can win today.
Yeah, do you think...
The score-wise, I'm not going to commit to anything, but it's simple. We need to get 3 points today. Simple as that.
It don't matter what the score is, let's get 3 points, old boy. Absolutely fantastic. It's been an absolute pleasure seeing you, sir.
And likewise.
Thank you very much, sir. So then, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here at the Wednesday Lounge with none other than Owl Hook. Hello there, young man. Fantastic, absolutely. And tell me, old boy, do you think the Wednesday are going to triumph today?
Wednesday win. Automatic. Hulk-like.
And what happens if Wednesday doesn't win today?
Hulk smash! Hulk whip pressure. Bounce, 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 bounce.
And that's Hulk out bouncing away. Let's hope the Wednesday win today, otherwise it's going to get rather expensive. Thanks ever so much, old boy.
Hulk go to Bucky's, 5-0. Automatic, Hulk love Milan, Hulk love Davy Jones, Hulk love Keane, Hulk love Wednesday, Hulk love you. Bounce, 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 bounce.
Fantastic, and there it goes. And yes, ladies and gents, that was a Wednesday week exclusive with Owl Hulk. Fantastic. Marvellous, oh boy, absolutely fantastic. It was a real pleasure to speak to those two chaps, Richard from over there at Wednesday Night, usually the fellow that's on the other end of the Wednesday Night Twitter account, and Owl Hulk, of course, who does a bit of writing, and absolutely cost me a bloody fortune in repairs and whatnot from smashing bits up. So a pleasure to hear from them, those two chaps. Beastie, I mean. Hopefully we're going to be able to interview a lot more people. I don't think we'll find many like Hulk, do you?
No, I don't. I were not too far away from you when you were interviewing Al Hulk, and I felt the tremor from where I were.
He's a big chap.
I thought that's either our last sitting down or that's the Hulk outside smashing something.
Okay then, ladies and gents, on we go with the match, and we're very pleased to announce that live via satellite in a toilet somewhere in Guildford, Mr. Fudge has joined us. Hello there, Mr. Fudge.
How's it going, Lord H? Are you alright, sire?
Very well, thank you. All the better for hearing you, old boy. Now, unfortunately, we're not going to have you for very long, I do understand.
No, I'm currently just about to... I'm in Guildford at the minute. I've pulled over. I'm off to Gatwick Airport, and I'm off to the sunny climes of Benidorm for 3 days for a big boozy couple of days. So you're going to have to bear with me. Obviously, it's a celebratory couple of days.
Absolutely, old boy, absolutely. So, pleasure to have you, old boy. We were just discussing whether you were real or not, but turns out you are. Fantastic. So then, gentlemen, the match. I mean, first, Beastie, can you describe the scenes before the kick-off?
Well, everybody were in a big party mode, weren't they? It started from the moment we got out of the car, walking up the road, past the ground, in through under the south stand. Everybody were just beaming. And once you get inside and you walk up them steps and you see ground in pitch for the first time, and you see all four sides full of Wednesday fans, that it's just breathtaking, absolutely breathtaking.
No, absolutely, chaps. Unbelievable. I mean, the atmosphere from the very start, walking up to the game, the streets around Hillsborough, everything, just the anticipation, the nerves, absolutely wonderful, absolutely wonderful.
I think Dave Jones put it correct, actually, in his post-match comments. I think he turned around and said something like, "This place, when it's full, is frightening." And I love that as a soundbite. Hillsborough's frightening. Makes it sound like some kind of Brazilian Maracanã style cauldron.
It was like that though, but 2:15. I walked in there, thought, we'll get a bit ahead of ourselves. We'll get the flag set out because we do the big flag before the match. Normally it's 3/4 empty at that time, and then it's a cauldron of noise, and it were like Kaiserslautern all over again. There were inflatables going left, right, and centre. Already the chants going up. The West Stand were absolutely packed out. I've never seen anything like it that far before kickoff. We ended up surfing the big flag all the way from the very west end of the north, right across the north, pulled it down straight onto the Kop, and it stayed up on the Kop for another 15 minutes after that. It's incredible. Everyone was up for it. The noise was amazing. The passion was amazing. And, the performance absolutely capped it off because it was never in doubt. We never had occasion to get worried about it because the players responded to the passion that we had. We responded to the fact that they were just performing like they have done all season. They got the job done. Unbelievable.
Amazing.
My young'un said something similar to that, Eddie. She said at the end of the game, "I'm a bit disappointed." And I thought, how can you be disappointed with that? And she said, well, this isn't the Wednesday way. Where were the edginess? Where were the nerves? Usually we're on the edge of our seats. We can't wait for the whistle to go. But at no point in this game were we ever in danger of losing, were we?
Well, they want a moment. They want even 30 seconds during that 90 minutes where we weren't in the box seat.
Yeah, I was just about to say actually. A lot of people down in the south were telling me that they said we should batter him. Have I gone? Have you lost me? I can hear you guys.
No, you're here, mate. Carry on.
Oh, go on, mate.
Fudgy. Oh, chaps, it seems we've lost old Fudge again. The boy just doesn't know how to stay still. So not to worry, we'll try and get him back at a later date. I suppose we'll crack on with the game. Yes, of course, gents. The first goal, like you say, there wasn't in it very much at all in the game. A big party for the Wednesdays. The first goal, big kick from Bywater, a flick on by Medine. It seems to be becoming somewhat of a staple of Medine's game now, that little flick on he's got. Ranger actually did get on the end of that flick on, knocked it back for Antonio, and oh chaps, what a run, what a wonderful little run. Knocked it over one, chested it past another, outside right foot, gunk, straight in, chaps. Beautiful goal.
Well, it really made a change this week, didn't it? That Ranger did actually anticipate that flick on from Medine, but after 100 or so times, you've got to learn that that's what's going to happen. If the ball hits his head, you're going to have to make a run. This time he did. It went back to Antonio, and it's got everything as that lad for me. It's got skill, it's got strength, and it's got a bit of pace. But when he picked that ball up and he chested it forward, I felt sure that one of them defenders were going to bring him down. But he wasn't even looking for that. He just shrugged him aside and slid that ball between the keeper and the defender, and that was it. The place went mental, didn't it? Absolutely mental.
No, I agree, Beastie.
Unbelievable.
It were 100% strength, that goal. It was just the awareness and knowing exactly what he had to do. He's so comfortable in his skin. He knows exactly what he needs to do. He's in control of his body. That chest is perfect. He read the bounce of the ball perfectly. Pulls it down to a point where all he has to do is give it a little dink, and it didn't matter. He didn't have to blast it into the net. It dinked over there, absolutely perfect. But I'm glad that you mentioned the fact that now Ranger finally got that anticipation right, because he must have been listening to podcasts last week, because he were obviously hurt by your comments, Beastie. All this nil danger stuff. He suddenly looked like a striker on Saturday. So, well done. It were Beastie what won it. Congratulations to you, sir. We're up because of you.
Absolutely. But no, like I say, Chelsea, although it didn't look particularly beautiful while we were there, looking at it back on the television, marvellous. Absolutely marvellous. Absolutely marvellous, ladies and gents. And of course, not long after we scored, we still celebrated, and up pops on the scoreboard the wonderful news that the Truffle Snuffles were losing 1-0, and celebrated like a goal. Fantastic scenes, Beastie.
Oh, well, I mean, I was mid flow at the time. I think I was halfway up.
Is that because you're old?
Well, there is that to it, yeah. It takes me a while. Usually everybody's sat back down by the time I get up. Everybody's looking at me, oh, he's up again. But no, this time, because I was up and everybody else was sat down, I was ready for that big cheer. And of course, once that scoreboard puts that up, shh, that's it. It don't matter how much we've celebrated, how noisy it was. You could see the tumbleweed going through. You could hear a pin drop. But as soon as that goes up, shh, and obviously followed by the T.
Yeah, the T.
What is that T? What is it?
I heard the story about when we got that scoreboard, and obviously when we got it, it was state of the art, and it's all powered with an old BBC computer. Now I know I'm confusing you, Beastie, talking about computers full stop, but Lord H, I'm sure, because we're almost the same sort of vintage. When we were at primary school, we used to have them BBC computers, and they were garbage. You couldn't do out on them. They were great for playing Chucky Egg and printing 10 print Eddie is the best, and then 20 go to 10, and then just run it and put it on every computer. Anyway, I digress. But the story goes apparently that the bloke who'd originally programmed the scoreboard had gone off, and he's in his 40s or something now, and he's gone off and he's working in IT and doing all this sort of stuff. And about 5 years ago, remember we had that point where the scoreboard just packed up completely. It'd just go blank for 20 minutes of the match, something like that. Well, apparently we had to pay him tens of thousands of pounds to come in and debug his own software that he'd written about 20 years beforehand. And he said, well, look, I can get it this far, but you're always going to have just a random T in the middle of the screen whenever you want to transfer from score to, you know, to something else. And so that's why we have it. But everyone knows now, even without the shush, the T means pig scores coming in.
Part of it, isn't it? Everybody goes in the head. They're all going shh. T. Exeter 1, Sheffield United 0.
And the place erupts. Unbelievable.
Again,
Absolutely.
obviously, I was still out of breath for the first time. Halfway through this second round of cheering, I needed a proper sit down because I couldn't carry on. It was just, it was like a double whammy. You're up, and then shh, again, I really needed some oxygen.
And you know what? It's easy, especially on internet. There's an awful lot of people on the message boards and the forums and all this, and they always say, "Oh, don't care about pigs. What the pigs does is irrelevant. We support Wednesday. If you're talking about the pigs, you know better than them because they're obsessed with us. We shouldn't talk about them because it shows that we care about what they do and blah blah blah." You know what? I don't care about any of that because that felt brilliant. Knowing that they were bottling it yet again. The whole day, it was as magical about us going up as it was about the fact that we've done it at their expense. And we know that all around Sheffield too, they were logging off their computers, they were throwing glasses, they were crying, weeping into their cornflakes because they'd been done, and they'd been done by the people that they hate the most, the club that they hate the most in the entire world, and that just made it sweeter. Maybe that makes me a bad person for thinking that it makes it even better, but honestly, couldn't care less.
Yeah, absolutely. To me, that whole thing, the shh. Tea, right? To me, that is all part of our match day experience. It's part of the theatre of going to Hillsborough. And Saturday was all about the theatre of Hillsborough. And that was just a fantastic double whammy moment.
Are you saying, Beastie, that this tea is ours?
Of course it is. It goes shh tea.
On we go then, chaps, to the goal that wasn't. Mr. Ranger stuck a little header in there and ruled offside. Looking back again on the television later, not offside.
Well, from where we are, front row of the Kop, low down, we get an absolutely perfect view of every single offside decision ever made. Right? And I have my special Beastie Banana vision, and I can tell you now I am 100% bang on every time. Actually, that's not exactly what the young'un tells me, but this time, even I could see that there was a player in front of him when that ball was first kicked. It was just ridiculous, such a ridiculous decision. I mean, we were on his feet. Everybody were on the feet. All four stands were on the feet again. And like you said, when you watch it back on the telly, it's just beyond belief.
I can't believe that it wasn't given. No, you're right. I'm just glad that it didn't matter because we would have been absolutely apoplectic with rage if it had been 0-0, if we weren't already leading and we didn't already look comfortable. I think it would have been a much bigger deal than it was. I'm glad that when he got the chance in the second half, he put that goal away because he deserved it. But yeah, nailed on goal. But doesn't matter now. We're up.
Yes, legends, and of course at half-time I was actually sat with one of the fellows from Twitter, Mr. Simon Farrow, and I got a few words from him. So, ladies and gents, here we are at the beginning of the second half, and it's great. Where's fans are in fine voice? And of course the Owls are up 1-0, Sheffield United lose it, so it's Sheffield United drawing, and they're on 10 men. I'm here with Mr. Simon from Twitter, and how do you think the match is going so far, sir?
Oh, it's been fantastic.
Absolutely wonderful, boy. Where's your fans? Fine voice, don't you think?
Oh, incredible. Absolutely fantastic.
Are you still predicting a win for the Owls?
Yes, of course. We're going to easily win.
Oh, and of course, Naz is here with us as well. What does he say? Are we going to win?
Yeah!
Yes, of course we're going to win.
Oh!
Oh, We've got Ramon, ladies and gents. So we're going to crack on with the match. We'll see you later. Yes, so the Wednesday week there, we're doing in-house, whilst the game's running, interviews. Fantastic, BC. I'm sure you'll have your phone waving about next season, trying to get a few of those.
Anytime you can get a quote from a kid, it's fantastic. And that little girl there has given you the best quote on this podcast, guaranteed.
Absolutely, oh boy, fantastic. So yes, if you do see one of the Wednesday week chaps waving a phone in front of place, please do have a little chat with us, and hopefully you'll be on the programme too. Half-time, gents, were you confident that they were going to win the game? I mean, there's only 1-0 at half-time, and of course by that time we'd heard that the Blunts had Beattie sent off, and everything was all rather exciting. Wickham hadn't really been in the game, a few half chances if that. Were you still confident at half-time, Eddie?
Well, can I just say before I go on, I don't want to gloss over this, because I thought it was a cracking moment, and I know it's another moment about them, but when it filtered through that Beattie had been sent off, there were a lovely bit of singing around the back of the cop. I don't know if you heard it throughout the rest of the ground, but they were all singing, "Been sent off, Beattie's been sent off, na 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 na. Beattie's been sent off, Beattie's been sent off," and it was just perfect timing.
Those impromptu little songs certainly are the best, aren't they, boys? Fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Sorry, Eddie, as I was asking, half-time, were you still confident, old boy?
Oh yeah, by that point all the nerves had gone. I don't think there was anyone in the stadium that really felt that it was going to go any other way than our way. So yeah, it was a nice time. You know, I enjoyed it. I don't think I've been as relaxed at a game all season, which is mad considering how much was at stake. But yeah, it was never in doubt, and we knew that we were going to be kicking towards the Cop's second half, and we were going to suck another goal into it. So yeah, fantastic.
And then, of course, chaps, the second goal did come. Mr. Ranger running down found himself in the left-hand corner, was fouled, and the free kick was given. Mr. Lyons knocked a lovely little ball in, and Mr. Ranger, who we've been humming and hawing about, knocked the header in. It does have to be said it was a free header, but that's not Mr. Ranger's fault. And, of course, again, bang, up, Wednesday night's gone mad.
All about the delivery, that one, Lord H. All about the delivery. I think, already we're at the point where Chris Lyons is a little bit of a hero to all of us. He's a bit of a favourite here at the Wednesday week, but he proved it once again. What a classy player! What an inch-perfect delivery. And of course it was Nile Ranger that got on the end of it, but all the way through the season, we've seen those balls go in. It's been floated, it's been inviting, and there's someone at the end of it, and that was it. Bang, 2-0.
Well, I've got to say, I hope you lot are all ready with your apologies for Nile Ranger, because I've always championed him. Right? I've always been an ardent fan of Nile Ranger, and you lot, with that terrible name that you give him, Nil Danger. Well, I hope you're all satisfied with yourself now, because I was cheering him from the rooftops when that went in. I was going, "Go on, Niall, go on, show them that we're giving you some right stick. Go on, lad."
You're not joking about how bad your memory is, are you, Beastie?
I don't know what you mean.
And of course, chaps, then, I didn't notice it at the time, I was too busy bouncing, but on the television he pulled his shirt off, revealing a t-shirt saying he's a changed man. Obviously, I don't think he'll be with us next season, but...
what were he before, then?
By all accounts, I do believe he's been a little bit of a bad lad in his time, but I must admit... that's only through reports and speculation, of course, chaps, but that's definitely the best I've seen him play at Hillsborough.
I thought that it were a reference to the fact that he's been changed because before he couldn't score a goal and now he scored a goal. Changed man.
Well, when I saw that, my thoughts were totally different. I was way off.
Not even going to ask, old boy. Not even going to ask.
Well, I'm just thumbing through a catalogue now as I speak, actually.
My word.
You're in enough trouble from last week, old boy.
Oh, yeah. Well, we'll not go there.
So then, chaps, of course, the game went on. An absolute party atmosphere, gents. Wonderful to see the Wednesday fans relaxed, enjoying the game. I mean, I don't know about where you were sat, but all around me was fantastically jovial. Everybody seemed to be getting along, talking to each other, singing and dancing. Marvellous atmosphere. We've not had that there for years. Marvellous atmosphere.
It were almost that the more relaxed it got, the better the team actually played. I've lost count on the number of chances that we actually had probably in the last 15, 20 minutes of the game as well. It was just brilliant football from top to bottom. And, you know, with nothing to play for, it was almost like a friendly game again. And yeah, we could have had a hatful. We could have had 5 or 6 by the time it was all done and dusted. But it didn't matter. Like you said, the atmosphere inside the stands was just brilliant. It was great. People were, you know, hugging and kissing and wishing each other a good summer. 10 minutes, 15 minutes before full time.
Yeah, there were a moment in that, I think it was about last minute or so, when we got a corner, and Lyons took it. I think we hit the bar, didn't we?
Yeah, it came off the bar.
Lara, wasn't it? Header from Lara.
Right. Bear in mind that everybody has gone down to the front. Everybody is at the wall. They're all chomping at the bit. They're busting to get on, and you could feel the adrenaline pumping in everybody because they were so determined to get on the pitch. And had that ball gone in at that point, that were game over, right? Forget holding up 2 minutes of injury time. Forget playing the game out in a gentlemanly manner. That was it. The crowd would have been on at that point, and it wouldn't have gone any further.
Now, Bywater would be stripped to his gruds. It wouldn't have been a good sight.
Just mentioning that though, gents, we do have to. Again, one of my little bugbears of football is that goalkeepers don't get the credit they deserve. But honourable mention, if you don't mind, to Mr. Nick Bull, the Wycombe goalkeeper, made some absolutely marvellous saves in that game. Early on in the half, a couple of corners that came in. One was a wonderful low diving save that he made down to his left from a strike from Liera, and the other one was seconds later. It was a cross again that came in from Mr. Tracy over there from the corner. A Liera head this time, and he tipped it over the bar. 2 absolutely outstanding saves. So again, fair play to the old chap. Definitely the best player for them, I thought.
Well, when you consider how many goals this team's let in throughout this season, this Wycombe side.
101.
101, right? They've let in 101 goals, and that guy comes to Hillsborough, has seen the party atmosphere, he's packed to the rafters, and obviously he's determined to enjoy himself as well. And he pulled out a performance that any goalkeeper at any level would have been proud of.
Yeah, it would shades of Alan Kelly in the Steel City semi-final. I've never seen
absolutely
since then almost a one-man team, a player keep his team in it with some really classy saves. So kudos to him.
Fair play. And of course, chaps, the Wycombe fans, they were absolutely fantastic, I thought. An absolute credit to the club.
There were, and when we went down to Wycombe before, I really got on with their fans. They were so pleasant, so friendly, so inviting, and it was nice to see. I know everybody's saying there were only 250 of them, but to me, for a club like Wycombe to send that many for a dead rubber, I think it was a fantastic turnout for them, and the way they responded, they were there like their keeper to enjoy the party atmosphere. They were bouncing with us, and at one point they were even singing "This city is yours." It don't get any better than that. And I was so proud of the Wednesday fans when they went over to that corner and they applauded them, and the Wycombe fans applauded back. It was a lovely, lovely moment.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic, chaps. Fair play to the fellows. So, chaps, obviously all our predictions were wrong from last week. If the keeper hadn't played so well, then we would have been a little bit closer to the mark, I think. But
didn't I say 2-0?
We'll have to check the tape, Beastie.
Yes, I'm sure I said 2-0.
I think you actually said it could be something along the lines of 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6.
No,
I think you edged your bets, Beastie. Yeah.
No, I'm confident. I'm confident that I said 2-0.
Yes, we will check the tape on that, Beastie, and we'll get back to you on it. So, man of the match, Eddie, who was your man of the match?
Oh, well, we've just mentioned him before. I'd say Chris Lines. He pulled the strings again. He's a classy player. He doesn't put a foot wrong. He doesn't. For a guy who plays in the central midfield and he's got Semedo with him who's winning balls left, right and centre, you kind of expect him that maybe he's going to be a sort of John Sheridan and pull the strings left, right and centre. But no, he doesn't. He just plays at simple, classy balls. He puts his foot on it, and he lets the wide players, especially, actually create the exciting things. But absolute heart and soul of that team.
Beastie, your man of the match?
Yeah, Chris Lyons has got to be up there. But just think about that game. For 90 minutes, our midfield, all those four across that midfield, absolutely had that game by the short and curlies from minute one until the 90th minute. And Semedo, he did his usual, never ever stop. He would at him all the time. Antonio with his skill and his strength, and Tracy with his pace. All of them, all four of them were absolutely fantastic. And it's been an absolute pleasure to watch them in this running.
Hear, hear.
No, absolutely. And again, of course, chaps back there in defence, Mr. Lewis Buxton, very little got past him. Very little indeed. Just seems that his name seems to be, again, out of the spotlight. I know this seems to be a recurring theme, but honourable mention, definitely one of the men of the match, in my opinion. Fantastic game here. Fantastic.
Men of the season, Lord H. He's Mr. Dependable.
I think Fudge might disagree with you.
He's not here to disagree, old chap.
And again, he's wrong.
It's as simple as that. So I think that just about covers the match, does it, chaps? I mean, absolute epic match. Impossible to describe to its fullest extent. I've read many reports of the game, and some of them have been absolutely wonderful, but we couldn't do it justice at all, could we, chaps? Couldn't do it justice at all.
How can you do a celebration like that justice? If you weren't there, you will unfortunately, you will never, ever know just how good it was. I was stood there on the front row of the Kop, and I didn't go on the pitch, but it seemed like everybody from the Kop was going on the pitch. And as they ran past me, I felt like a rock in the stream, because it was just a constant flow of people. And when they said, could you all go back to your seats so the players can come back out, I looked around the ground, and there wasn't an empty seat in any of the stands.
Yeah,
and the pitch was
very
full.
odd.
So where were they going to go?
Exactly.
Where did it come from?
Yeah, well, I was on the pitch, Beastie. I know. After I said I wasn't going to do it for legal reasons, but no, I could. I stood there and watched for 20 seconds, and it was brilliant. It was like watching it on telly, and you see everyone streaming through. And I just, a part of me thought, look, if I don't do this now, I'm never going to do it. So I ran down to the front of the North Stand, elbowed some of them wheelchairs out of the way, vaulted onto the pitch, and before I knew it, I was there. I was patting Gary Medina on the head over by the tunnel. And everywhere I turned, there's someone else that I knew, someone else that I'd been to an away match with, or I bumped into in a pub, or I had something to talk about. It was a massive party atmosphere out there, and I'm actually glad that the pitch got cleared and the players came and did a lap of honour, such as it was. It was wonderful. I ended up back on the pitch again. I didn't leave the ground till 6 o'clock because it was just brilliant to be out there, turning around. I was just doing 360-degree spins, taking in every single vista that I possibly could. And blow me, I didn't get out of the ground, and some bloke comes up to me, mate of mine, friend of a friend, and he opens up this bag that he's brought, and he's got the centre spot in his bag. He's literally dug the centre spot out with his hands and put it in his bag, and that's it. It's in his garden now, I assume.
Well, can I just say, everybody goes on about going on the pitch, and everybody poo-poos it and they whinge about it. But I was stood there watching it happen, and fair enough, people have their own views about it. But to me, that whole thing, everybody running down, it was all part of the emotion of the moment.
Yeah.
And it helped create what was a magical atmosphere. And had that not happened, I don't think the memories, the pictures, the images that we have in his mind would be as strong or as memorable. It all added to the whole thing for me.
Absolutely. But to play devil's advocate, chaps, that is my lawn. You do realise that, don't you? So I shall be round with a spade to every single one of those people's gardens digging away. I want the grass back. So that puts that match to bed, and of course that puts the season to bed for us, chaps. No playoffs, no Wembley, no worry, no strife, no more expense. We're all done and dusted, and we can look forward to the championship next season.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's just this season just means so much more to me. I can't wait. There's going to be 5, 6 maybe London away games. Always special away days. Bring it on. Bring it on.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that fixture list come out and see us. Obviously, we're playing against a different class of team, but it's also renewing old acquaintances. It's going to be great to go and turn the Dingles over again. It's going to be great to go back to Ellen Road. It's going to be great to like Beastie says, go down to London and mix it down there as well. It's going to be another fantastic season, and everything else that goes with it that you kind of forget when you've been in League One for a couple of seasons. The fact that we'll actually get some coverage, on Gillette Soccer Saturday, we might get more than 20 seconds on the Football League show. It's that extra little level of being able to follow Wednesday and being able to watch everything that the club's doing and getting that. We're a bit more newsworthy on the national radar. I cannot wait.
And we'll get a few more tickets as well.
And that's the other thing. I've seen someone had posted on one of the forums the away allocations expected, and I think the smallest that we can expect is at Ipswich, and it's something like 1,900. The vast majority of them are 3,000 and 4,000 plus. It's going to be brilliant. Especially, I think so many people have kind of got the bug of going to watch Wednesday away this season as well, because it's been stellar. It's been unbelievable being part of those away crowds. So I think we're going to be selling out our allocation more often than not.
Absolutely, and of course, as you said there, Eddie, the Football League show will be in bed an hour earlier because we're going to be on soon. And mentioning the Football League show, Mr. Bywater, did you see the scenes of the Football League show, Mr. Bywater?
What possesses someone to tip a tray of sandwiches on a journalist? I don't quite understand that. As brilliant
More to
as
the
it
point,
was.
what possesses somebody to try and taunt Stephen Bywater? If you try and set him up, there's only going to be one loser in that, and it won't be him.
Absolutely.
Oh, dear me, chaps. Absolutely spiffing character. I can't wait to see more from him next season. Wonderful, wonderful chap. So then, ladies and gents, on we go with the rest of the show, and we shall crack on with your Wednesday news. Right then, ladies and gents, just to let you behind the curtain here at the Wednesday week, sometimes we do actually break for a little drink in between, and Beastie's gone off and he's left his Skype on, and we can actually hear what he's saying there in the background. Let's have a little listen, see what Beastie gets up to in his spare time.
Clinton. As I thumb through my little Clinton scrapbook, every picture is a gem. Others will never understand the true gift you've brought to this club. You're the shining light, and only I understand your real value, Clinton. People may scoff. They can scorn. There's nothing sordid here. There's nothing peculiar. It's just straight, very straight, straightforward man love. A bromance. And even though it's unrequited love, I will never, ever stop loving you, no matter what. Of course, we need to come to some sort of understanding that you're going to stay at Wednesday forever and never, ever leave. You can only ever go on loan to other clubs. Oh, look at that picture. Patting the badge. I love it. But you're not allowed to score against us when you're on loan. You can go away, but you can never score against us. But I'd also like to see you more often. I mean, you don't call or write anymore. You only tweet every now and again. And that's not always to me. But I do understand you're a busy bloke. At least as I get increasingly closer to Miss Shackleton's high chair in a retirement home at Filey, I'll have some great memories of you. Oh, look at you hiding that ball from Giles Coke. Get away, Cokey! This one's for Clinton. He's confident with his abilities. sharing the banter with you as warmed up at Southend, telling you to beat the young uns and put Beaver in his place. Oh, I love that moment. Getting you snooed. I loved it at Charlton away. Remember Charlton away? When you scored, I know you pretended to be running over to your family who were conveniently sat right behind me. But as you can see on the photo of that great moment, it's obviously me that you're running towards. And I love you for that. Oh, Clinton. For all that and more, I love you a long time. You're more important to this Yorkshireman than his flat cap and whippet. You are my soulmate, my bruv.
Clinton Morrison might be stopping at Brentford. Bye.
No! Clinton! Please don't go! Please, Clinton! Please don't go! Don't go away! I'm begging you to stay! Please! For Charlton, Clinton, for Charlton, for Blackpool, for that Northampton penalty, Clinton, and for Hartlepool, that Pooley goal, Clinton, that curler inside the far post. That's it then. If you're going to Brentford, I'm going to Brentford. I'm going to get our lass to pack my bag. I'll tell her I'm nipping down to the shops. I always take a suitcase with me. She'll never notice the difference. I'm coming to Brentford with you, Clinton. Don't think of it as stalking, because I wouldn't stalk you, bro. It's just that I love your abilities. So if you see a portly old man with wonderful hair following you, don't think of it as stalking. Think of it as bonding. Think of it as part of our bromance. Please don't go. Please don't go. Please don't go.
BC, old boy, can you hear me?
Yep.
Hello there, are you ready to start recording again, old boy?
Yeah, I'm ready, mate.
Okay, we'll
Ready when
crack
you
on.
are.
We'll crack on.
Back in again. Hart and Chapman. Hart header. Shot! Yes, the equaliser! Hart shot! 3 minutes after going behind, Sheffield Wednesday are level. What a reply! It was instant.
Wednesday News.
Okay, then, gents, and I'm going to go with our Wednesday news this week. Wednesday's been promoted to Championship. And that's your Wednesday news.
Hey!
Hey!
Right then, ladies and gents, a fantastic little occasion down at Hillsborough this week. Of course, the Player of the Year Awards. A fantastic night, and on the line we've got a chap that went along, Mr. Lee Brown. Hello there, Lee.
Hi, Lord H.
How are you, old boy?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Just recovering from last night. Well, I don't drink, so I weren't drunk, but I got a massive blister from my new shoes. So.
It's all about the new shoes.
New suit, job lot.
Yeah, good chap. I mean, it has to be said, Lee, while you were out there in Meadowhall shopping, you did actually send me a little message.
I was panicking like something wrong. It said black tie dress code, and I'm thinking, well, is that tux? Is it suit? Does it just mean you got to wear a black tie or a dicky bow? So I messaged you, I messaged Liam Palmer, messaged Stephen Bywater. In the end, Liam Palmer sent me a message back saying, oh, you should be fine with a suit and a tie. So I said, right, well, if security stop me, I'm going to hold you to that. And then he turns up in a tuxedo.
Well, I've got to tell you now, if somebody had sent me something that said dress code, I'd have just worn a pair of trunks because it would have been freezing.
The one thing I'm never ever going to ask is Mr. Bywater for any kind of fashion advice or any kind of advice at all. I might get a tray of sandwiches thrown on me.
Well,
Anyway.
he was all suited and booted last night. He actually looked the part. I were expecting him to be in some kind of multicoloured suit jacket or something.
He would dress night, but I bet he were eating a can of cold custard with a toothbrush.
Yeah. Tuna and custard.
So then, let's on to the awards, and of course, Lee, you put some wonderful pictures out there. The room looked absolutely stunning. Everybody was done up to the nines. Everybody on the best behaviour and all that sort of thing. And on the way with the awards, of course, there was quite a few categories there. We'll whiz through them all. And the first one, I believe, the Academy Player of the Year went to a chap called Jared Kyle. Am I pronouncing that correctly?
I think it was Jared Kyle.
Jared Kyle.
Yep.
I must admit, we don't exactly follow the Academy squad as exactly as we should. But they seem like a nice chap. Happy to lift the acclaim. Do you think, Leo boy?
Yeah. Well, before the award was actually given, I was doing the rounds around the room, getting people's autograph. I went over to the table where Sean McCauley, Jared Kyle, and Cecil Naione was sat on one table, and I asked Naione for his autograph, and he was talking to this who I didn't know was Jared Kyle at the time, and Cecil said, "Oh, you want this lad's signature? He's a future star. He's a lot better player than me." So he gave me his autograph. Hopefully, I'm the only person who got it on the night. Because if he is a future star, it'll be worth something.
Oh, quid's in, oh boy, quid's in.
It'd have been great if you'd have just pulled out a suitcase and said, "Yeah, I've got one or two things for you at a time." Just laid them all out.
So congratulations to Mr. Kyle there, of course. Definitely one for us chaps to keep an eye on. Right then, so on we go, chaps. The next award dished out, I do believe, was the goal of the year. There was some cracking nominations, of course. We've seen a few belters this season, and then Mr. Chris O'Grady bagged that one for his goal against the Blunts.
He did, yes, and I was actually sat next to him all night, and I was actually going to vote for. Well, I did vote for Madine's goal actually against. Was it Preston?
Yes,
cracking goal, weren't it? So I was sat next to him, and I felt a little bit. I could see him. Look, we had these new futuristic kind of keypads that have never been used outside of London. We use them for the quiz. I think it was on some kind of.
I've got a keypad here.
Yeah, it was some kind of Bluetooth system, I think. So anyway, he sat next to me, and I could see him looking at my keypad waiting to see which button I was going to press. As they were showing the videos, it was actually Hursty who was presenting and announcing the winner. He went up on stage and he says, "Personally, I think there should be a seventh nomination for Michael Antonio's goal against Carlisle in the last minute."
Yeah, absolutely.
He's right.
Yeah, he says that would have got my vote. Unfortunately, the keypads only had 6 buttons on them. So there was nobody who could have voted for that, even if he did wangle it.
That's what you get with London keypads. You buy them in Barnsley, everything's got 7 on.
So Eddie, I mean, do you agree with that, old boy? What would be your goal of the season?
Oh, look, I don't think that O'Grady goal was objectively the best goal of the season, but it's what it meant. It's what it meant. It was an incredible moment in a match that hailed the tide turning. You know, we were dead and buried at that point in the season, and that turned the tide. And it's directly from that goal do we find ourselves where we are now, which is promoted, having pipped them to it. So yeah, I can't argue with that. That'd get my vote.
On we go then, ladies and gents, and of course the next award was dished out, and it was Player in the Community Award, or something along those sort of lines. Went to Captain Fantastic, Mr. Rob Jones. Of course, we've not seen him much on the pitch just recently, but it seems he's out there in the community doing all this work. I mean, I don't know if you can expand on any of that, Lee. We do see him in the press every now and again, with photos and bits and bobs, things like that.
Yeah, well, as they were giving the award, well, just before he came up on stage, they showed like a show reel of pictures of him in various places in the community. Obviously, he's done quite a lot of work in the community, so well deserved.
No, absolutely. So, ladies and gents, on we go with the evening, and of course, outstanding contribution award went to Mr. Mandrick. Wonderful little accolade there, chaps. Did he seem pleased with it? I mean, watching him on the Football League show, he seemed to have a little bit of a tear in his eye. Lee, I don't know, did he seem happy with his award down there?
Yes, he seemed very happy, and his mate and director's box companion Lord Hattersley gave him the award. And,
Lord Hattersley, my eye.
There's only one Lord. So he was up on Milan, went up on the stage. The whole room standing ovation, round of applause to a chant of Milan, Milan Mandaric.
I'm so glad that we kind of had that forethought to come up with an award that would give those present the chance to say thank you to Milan for everything that he's done. I don't know about you lads, but one of the most emotional moments for me on Saturday was probably the time that the entire ground was singing exactly the same, from the same hymn sheet at the same time, was chanting Milan Mandaric's name. Richly deserved. I absolutely love that man for what he's done for our club, and long may that continue. This is just the start.
Absolutely, chaps. Absolutely marvellous. Good on Milan. I'm sure we'll be covering plenty more about Milan in the off season. So we'll crack on with the awards, and the last two awards, of course, was Player of the Year, voted for by the fans, I believe, chaps, and Players Player of the Year, and both of those accolades went to Mr. Semedo. Absolutely fantastically. I mean, I should imagine we all agree with the award, chaps. Am I right, BC? Do you agree with that one, old boy?
I do agree with it. I think the only one that would push him anywhere near would be Danny Batt, and
Absolutely.
I don't think you can go through something like this, or through a season like this, without singing the praises of somebody like Danny Batt. Semedo has had everything, all the accolades everywhere have been thrown his way, and rightly so. But Danny Batt really must take some of the praise, because to me, he's been as vital as anybody. And like my young'un said,
absolutely.
We've been waiting for a centre-half like him, and without a centre-half like him, we would have stayed in this division, because we would have conceded goals. For all the good stuff that Semedo has done, Danny Batt has kept the goals out. Give the praise now to the fella that actually won the award, Semedo, and you're talking about a player that the whole of the Wednesday faithful have taken to their hearts, and what's more, it's reciprocated, because he absolutely loves being at this club. He loves the song that we sing to him, and he loves being a part of match days down at Hillsborough.
Didn't he say it this week in the pre-match press conference, where he was talking about my club, my fans, my team? He wants to be a part of the furniture here. He's been a revelation this season. We've built the success that we've had on the spine of the team, and Danny Batt's a massive part of that. Jose Semedo is the absolute cornerstone. Unbelievable performances, rarely puts a foot wrong. When he does, he goes back and rectifies it virtually straight away. Midfield enforcer par excellence. I think he'll do a job for us in the Championship as well.
Can we just say, well played to Gary Megson for finding us a player that we've desperately needed in that midfield. Because
I was just going to comment on that on his acceptance speech, Jose Semedo's acceptance speech. So he goes up sort of across both awards, and the only time Gary Megson was mentioned all night was by Semedo. He went up there, received the award, and he says, "Firstly, can I just personally thank Gary Megson for bringing me to this amazing club. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here." So he was the
absolute top man.
He was the only person who mentioned, who even breathed the words Gary Megson all night, and I thought that was like really nice. That at least someone. I mean, it wasn't going to come from the chairman or from Dave Jones, but yeah, it was very nice for him to do that, and also the host. asked him. Well, he said that the fans had accepted him greatly and that they'd even got a song, to which all the room started singing the song, and Semedo grabbed the mic and joined in singing his own song.
Fantastic. Lee, thank you ever so much for joining us and giving us the lowdown about what went on there. I've noticed that I've been knocking out some fantastic pictures from the night, so if people want to see those pictures, where can they see those?
They can see them on my Twitter. It's Lee SWFC Brown.
Thank you very much.
Did you just say
at the beginning, obviously?
Did you just say knock you one out and then Lee said semen?
I'm pretty sure I heard that, Beastie.
Did I hear that right? Let me just turn my hearing aid up.
I think that's the spirit of Fudge and his hot fudge sauce coming back there all the time.
Let's not bring back tonguing into this show. It's a family podcast.
Yeah, you can cut that out. You can edit that out.
I very much doubt that, old boy. If we're not going to cut Beastie's tonguing out, we're definitely not going to cut your...
One mistake.
You don't want to cut my semen. Okay.
Well, again, Lee, thank you ever so much for joining us, old boy. It's been a pleasure to speak to you. And we will...
I'm loving listening to the podcast.
It's very kind of you to say.
Can't wait to get it off iTunes and listen to the chant section. It's my favourite section.
Oh, thank you. It's very
Don't
nice.
Don't say that, Lee. It's dreadful.
The songs are dreadful, but the section is funny.
No need for that, old boy. No need for that. So again, Lee, thank you very much, old boy, and hopefully we'll speak again soon.
Thanks. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. And there he goes. Oh, that's a nice little chat there with Mr. Lee Brown, who attended the Sheffield Wednesday Awards do. Beastie, I mean, of course, it sounded like a very nice evening and brings the season to a nice close, I think.
It does, really. Ties everything up nicely, doesn't it? The right people got the right awards, and a special one for Milan. And well done to Lee for going down there and getting all that for us.
Yes, thanks ever so much, old boy. And I think, ladies and gents, we're starting to run a little bit long now, so we'll call that for your Wednesday news this week. And, of course, we're going to have lots to talk about with transfer rumours and preparing for the Championship next year. So we shall call that your Wednesday news. Right then, ladies and gents, it's that time again to pull down your chants, show us your talents, expose yourself to us, and we shall be the judges. And unfortunately, we've been rather sparse this week, so you're stuck with one from us again. So we'll roll this one. This time it's for our illustrious gaffer, Mr. David Jones, and let's see what you think about this one.
Almost there now, Hillsbury bouncing. We've got to watch the Wednesday River trouncing. Yes, we're massive and we're not where we should be. We will always follow Sheffield Wednesday. Take us home, Davy Jones, to the place we belong. Sheffield Wednesday, welcome back, baby. Take us home, David Jones.
There's a nice little song for our Gaffy there. Eddie, what do you think about that one? Eddie, old boy. Oh my lord, Fudgy, Beastie, they're dropping like flies this week. People flying off all over the place.
Well, must have nipped off to wash Wednesday night flag. Let's not forget it were covered in inflatables on Saturday, wasn't it? And when they go down, that's a hell of a lot of spit on that flag.
That's how we've got to remember as well, oh boy, we're in the Championship next season. We can't be going around having a smelly flag.
That's true. Who
So,
wants to walk around with a smelly flag? It's something I try and avoid in my everyday life, is a smelly flag.
To the best of our ability. So, Beastie, Dave Jones, take us
No, my
home.
flag's
What
not
do you
smelling.
think, old boy?
What do I think to the song?
Yes, please, old boy. Are we singing it or are we binning it?
I actually like that one. I am singing it, and I have been singing it. I like it a lot.
Ooh, fantastic. Ladies and gents, of course, please do, we shall be posting that on Facebook and on our YouTube channel, so please do get in touch and feel free to critique our work. We don't mind. I'm happy to pull down my chants for you, gentlemen, expose myself to you. I am at your mercy. And one day, you never know, Beastie, one day one of these might actually make it to the terraces.
Well, we can only dream, can't we?
Of course, please, ladies and gents, do send us your chants. Hopefully we'll have a slew of new players to chant for, so please do send us your chants, and we'll give you those details at the end of the show.
The ball into the middle lane for Hurst. Head! Absolutely brilliant. And David Hurst maintains his impressive scoring form here at Hillsborough.
So then, ladies and gents, I think that's around about it for this week from the Wednesday week. Of course, we've got plenty more to be talking about as the season comes to a close. We've got the playoffs to discuss, and of course the rumour mill's going to start turning now, and all that sort of thing. We were trying to get people on the show. We are going to have a lot of time to fill in the close season, so we're going to try and get people on the show from the various different Wednesday notice boards out there. So if you do know, or if you are somebody that runs one of the notice boards, please do get in touch. We'd love to hear from you. We're going to try and make this podcast for all Wednesday fans, no matter where you post your views. So please do get in touch. We'd love to have you on. And also the various bloggers out there that write about the Wednesdays. We've all got certain blogs that we know and love out there. So yes, we're going to try and get all as many people on as we possibly can, as well as taking your Skype calls. But we'll have more details about that. But please, ladies and gents, if you do want to get in touch with us, you can get in touch with us at TWWcast, and that's over there on Twitter. You can email us at twwpodcast@gmail.com. So please do that with your show is your chance, or any other little nuggets that you have for us. And please don't mention Beastie's affliction. You all right over there, Beastie?
What affliction?
No, nothing, old boy, nothing at all. As long as you're feeling okay, old boy.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Jolly good to hear it. Always Wednesday till you die and all that, boy.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh yes, I mean, you'd never considered defecting to Brentford, would you, old boy?
No.
No, of course not, So then, ladies and gents, as we said, thank you ever so much for joining us. You can get us at the various points as normal. And, of course, on iTunes, ladies and gents, so we don't want to seem to be iTunes biased or anything like that, but we have been doing rather well on there. Thanks ever so much for posting your reviews and your 5-star things up there. Please do continue to do so. We've been doing very well in the new and notable charts, so thank you ever so much for that. So all that's left is to say goodbye, Beastie.
See you all next time.
Where can people get hold of you, old boy?
You can get hold of me at owlsalive.com, or you can email me at admin@owlsalive.com, and I'm always willing to talk to anybody, or on Twitter at Beastie_.
Fantastic, absolutely wonderful. And of course, you can get hold of me at over there on Twitter at Lord H. That's L0RD_H. Please do come along and listen to my lordly nonsense. I do try to and get in touch with anybody that tweets me, so I'd be happy to have a chat. And that's it for this week. Of course, goodbye from Eddie, who was off washing the flag and protecting his programme collection, and goodbye from Fudge, who is sunning himself in Benidorm. Of course, you can get over those chaps over on Twitter, Eddie at Sausage Arms, and Fudge at Fudge and Dave. Thank you ever so much for joining us again, ladies and gents, and we shall see you very soon.